and welcome. We are at a soccer game right now, Olathe Northwest against Olathe East. Olathe East, the home team. Right now you're seeing the Northwest Lady Ravens with seniors Emma Smither, Ariella Mesa, Bella Latorella, Riley Pickworth, Mia Hake, Jamie Barman, and Lindsay Carr. I'm Katie Parks alongside Jackson Chen. Jackson, what are you looking forward to tonight?
Hopefully some scoring. I don't know much about soccer, but I do know that it's fun to watch the ball fly into the net.
All
So
right, nice.
this is going to be me for the entire evening. Get used to it.
They're saying the starting lineups right now. First, with the Ravens, we've got Tori Spurgeon, a sophomore goalie, Malia Schinkel, Ariella Mesa, Bella Latorella, Mia Hake, Jamie Barman, Mari Schinkel, Emma Code, Bailey Schinkel, Ashton Dane, as well as Lindsay Carr. And here we have Olathe East with seniors Kyra Porro, Tiffany Hansen, Rachel Panther, Chloe Jones, and Mackenzie McLean.
And welcome back. We are about to get going here at College Boulevard Activity Center. Teams are lining up for the kickoff or whatever.
This is a crosstown rivalry between the Ravens and the Olathe East Hawks. Yes, forgot that for a second.
Absolutely wonderful.
Last year, the Ravens took an unfortunate loss to the Hawks, and now they're trying to get some revenge.
It starts off chaotic, but the Hawks ultimately take it down first. A little bit of a tie-up, and the Ravens have the ball, but it stopped, and there's a Hawk slow to get up already.
Free kick for the Hawks.
Olathe East kicks it into a swarm of white jerseys. Ball goes up in the air. There's another fight for it. East centers it, but the Ravens catch it and just to take it back toward the half line.
Number 4, Malia Schinkel sends it into the middle to number 14, Mary Schinkel, her sister. Olathe East gets control of the ball. Olathe East kicks the ball out. Raven ball. Number 4, Malia Schinkel throws it in. Just kidding. Got that wrong. Mia Haig. Olathe East takes control of the ball in the center, but number 17, Bailey Schinkel, takes control of it.
Why didn't I just do this? You do next game. I won't be here next game. I'll be at the forensics tournament.
Number 9, Roxy Markowski sends it in. And the Ravens take care of it. Just kidding. And a goal.
Goal from Olathe East. Less than 5 minutes in.
Early goal.
Yeah.
Tori Spurgeon was scored on. That's a rare goal from her.
Because she thought it was going to hit the crossbar, but she should have gone after it anyway. Camera 1, take 1.
Disappointing start for the Ravens.
Sub comes in for Mia Hake.
I got you.
Number 9, Riley Pickworth. Ravens send it right to a Olathe East defender
Defender's here.
as she sends it right out. Little mix up at midfield with the Ravens and the Hawks.
Shelby wants to get out and play this game. Alright. So Jen, in this case I would tilt down a little bit on your camera so you can see a little bit of the sideline over here.
Number 10, Kirsten Wetterstrom, takes a little fall right there. She gets right back up. Number 5, Ariella Mesa, senior, takes control of the ball and sends it right up to number 4, Malia Schinkel, as the Olathe East defender takes control.
No, your camera.
She sends it up the left to number 10.
And it goes out of
Kirsten.
bounds.
Okay. So leave it right here. Is it a goal kick? Okay, so no, not now. So August, go close up on the goalie because they're gonna kick.
It's going to be a goal kick for the Ravens.
Okay, camera 2, take 2. Now we're on you, August. Your camera 2, Jenna's camera 1.
It's a chilly one out here at College Boulevard Activity Center. You know, you see both teams repping the long sleeves. They're a little chilly. You might see some stretching going on just to get their bodies warm.
And a little bit of a mix-up. Seems the clock is wrong.
Oh, I know. So August, go back to camera. Be close up.
Play stops for the moment.
Time is set to 34 minutes and 44 seconds.
And play resumes.
Spurgeon sends it right up to the center to 14, Mary Schinkel. As the Ravens send it out to East Hawks throw in. Ravens take control. Sends it up straight up right to Malia Schinkel, who sends it right back to Ariella Mesa, who loses control of it, but Riley Pickworth crosses it. As the Raven crosses it right into the goalie, number 26, Jordan Krebs, punts it right to 17, Burke Wetterstrom. Which is now a free kick for the Hawks. Number 9 sends it in. Spurgeon takes control of it.
Yeah, remember, August, go close up on the ball, right? And the players, yeah.
Trying to look for some options.
Hold it still.
She punts it right to Olathe East defender. I don't know about you, Jackson, but I keep seeing a lot of plays stopping here. They're either going out or some free kicks.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too. I'm also seeing that the Ravens have a lot of defenders hanging back while they're trying to push some offense, and that is not helping as Olathe East keeps taking it straight back down the field.
Shots gives you a little bit more. Maybe not now, obviously, but
Raven and the Hawk just battling it out. You see a slide tackle and another free kick as the Raven helps her up.
that would have been a good shot. Never helping her.
Would tell you who, but it's a little hard to see from here.
I mean, like it's super tough.
A little bit of good sportsmanship is all we need to know.
For sure. It's what we like to see.
Though I do believe it was number 22, Lindsay Carr.
Go to the right, go to the right.
Thank you, Jackson.
Do you have your contacts in?
I do, but you know, even
I
with
need
them,
new ones.
I am legally blind without them, so
Fair enough. A little bit of a tie up there. Back and forth, but the Hawks ultimately get it past midfield.
as the Raven kicks it out.
Off the Ravens again. Hawks will throw in yet again. There have been a lot of those today. A little deflection off the Hawks into a Ravens player.
As their center back gives it right up to the Hawk. And she's offsides. Lucky one for the Ravens there. They need to get the ball more up the field and on the Hawk side of the field. Ashton Dane sends it right up to the East Hawk as she sends it right into a Raven.
Riley Pickworth takes up the field, tries to pass it off, but it goes off the foot of a Hawk defender.
As she slides. Great hustle by Riley Pickworth.
So Jenna, when the ball comes down that way, you want to tilt your camera down.
Hawks send it right to a Raven as number 4, Malia Schinkel, takes control of it. And East midfielder sends it right back to Tori Spurgeon.
Keep going, August. Keep going.
Ariella Mesa taking control.
Goes around a defender and then kicks it right into another one.
And that'll be a handball.
Oh,
Questionable call. There you go.
there's a little bit of a slam.
A little late call there. Number 17, Bailey Schinkel. Is a shot on goal. A little to the left.
Is it corner? Okay, so August, go and get the corner here.
Happens to be a corner kick. I think there's a little mix-up. I think the ref believed goalie Jordan Krebs touched the ball, or maybe one of the defenders.
All right.
Which, hey, this could go the Ravens' way.
Hey, Jenna,
It
go a
could
little
indeed.
tighter on your shot as well.
The Ravens line up on the goal line,
I'd go a little tighter still.
just trying to create some chaos for East defenders. Sent in. Shot on goal. And a goal!
It goes over the line.
It went over the line. Jordan Krebs did save it, but
Just under 30 minutes left in the half. The Ravens have tied the game up.
what a great goal. Ravens started off a little iffy with a goal right off the bat scored on them, and now they scored one right back.
Hey, Jenna, is your camera on automatic or is it on manual? No,
Raven center back kicks it right to Olathe East midfielder as they kick it right back into the center of the field. It's a lot of back and forth right now.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of that this game.
I think really if both teams just concentrate on their ball control rather than trying to get it up the field faster, that might be a lot cleaner game. Cleared out by Olathe East defender.
The Ravens catch it before it crosses midfield. But the Hawks take it away.
Little slide tackle, another free kick, but this time for the Ravens. Ashton Dane takes a free kick. A little mix up there. Hawks end up with the ball. As number 10, Kirsten Wetterstrom.
There's a collision.
Yep.
But both players get right back up and play continues.
Ashton Dane goes for a slide tackle and is clean. There might be a mix-up. Oh, and a yellow card.
Did he just give a yellow card to the bench?
A yellow card is presented. Don't know if it was to the coach or to one of the players on the bench,
It
but
was still directed towards the Olathe East bench.
wow. Just got word that it was directed towards the coach, probably for saying some words he probably shouldn't have. And Ashton Dane comes off, looking like it's her ankle or her foot. Hopefully she comes back in the game because she's one of her starters, one of the players that plays the whole game. So they'll definitely need her this game. Olathe East advances up the field as number 10 looks to cross, and the Raven clears it.
She got shoved back in the corner, and when she got towards the goal, she tried to center it, but there were none of the other Hawks players there. It was only white jerseys.
Again, it's a little chilly. I don't know about you, Jackson, but I'm glad I'm in here.
I'm also glad I'm indoors and not in the wind, because that would be terrible at this exact moment.
Yep.
I feel like the wind would probably be affecting the mics as well. Probably couldn't hear us very well. And we're amazing, so yay. Okay,
Ravens throw it in. As number 5, Ariella Mesa takes control of it. Tries to advance up the field.
Pass it off to Riley Pickworth.
As she centers it to Olathe East defender looking for Jamie Barman, but Ariella Mesa takes back control of it. What great hustle by her. And
Ariella Mesa takes a fall.
number 26, Jordan Krebs, punts it right into the center of the field. Little header off number 14. Ravens take control of it. And there you see a long ball. As you can see, it's not really working for the Ravens right now. They're trying to play a lot of long balls because of their athleticism, but with the wind, it's not really helping carrying the ball, going a little too fast than the Ravens are used to.
See, I thought it was the opposite, because looking at the flag there, it looked like the wind was pushing against the ball.
Okay.
I don't know.
Ravens send it back into the Hawks again.
Maybe it's pushing to the left. You never know.
You never know.
Because we're not out there.
Ariella
We're all nice and
Mesa
warm.
sends it to the right to number 4 as she is collided with a Hawks defender trying to get around her. Crosses it into the middle. No one there.
Absolutely no one. Hawks defender doesn't even get to it until it's near the far sideline.
It's a good hustle by her, but she's got to find a Raven. And Raven sends it out to get players back, more defenders back, as we get some new subs in.
Hawks throw it in into a flood of white jerseys, and it goes right back out.
22.5 seconds left in this half. 22, what'd I say? 22.5 minutes, my bad.
You really do need new contacts.
I do, I'm a little blind here. Ariella Mesa takes it up as defender kicks it right back into her, and it is a goal kick. The goalie's letting the defender take the goal kick. As she sends it right into the center of the field.
Goes off the head of a Raven first.
If you'd be watching this game, Jackson, if I started watching this game, I don't know. It looked to me that like each team don't really know the colors of their own jerseys.
Yeah, they've both made a lot of passes straight to their opponents this game. It's getting quite confusing.
As more subs come in, Ashton Dane is still out. Just kidding. She's in.
Contacts. That is going to be my dirt on you all year, that
Yes.
you have bad contacts.
Good thing you are a senior.
No more of this next year. Although, for all of eternity, people will be calling Gage short. So we've got that.
That is kind of sad. We only have one broadcast left, I believe, for sports, and it's a soccer game next week against Olathe West.
It'll be on Tuesday.
On Tuesday. Today's Thursday. My bad. I'm just not really. It's prom week.
I don't think you even said what day it is next week.
I said.
Oh, did you?
I think I said Thursday.
Oh, it's Tuesday.
I know, but I said. We're not arguing about this right now.
We're very professional here, as you can tell.
We like to have fun, ease the nerves.
Yeah. Olathe East will take a free kick.
They send it into the center. You can see the wind was pushing up against it, did not go as far as some might have hoped. And Ravens send it out.
Ball goes out again. Looks like it'll be a corner kick for Olathe East.
This is where the Ravens scored on the Hawks, so. Oh, they did a little quickie there. They did not go in for the full thing, and
Center it, but they miss it.
having some trouble there. Two on
Bit
three.
of a tie up.
And
it'll go out.
it is
looks
a.
like if it went off Olathe East.
And it did. Goal kick for Tori Spurgeon.
Wonderful for the Ravens.
Wonderful. Again, it's a little windy. It's a little chilly. Not sure if I'd be wanting to play in this weather.
I wouldn't want to play anyway. I never played soccer. I was more of a
No.
baseball guy.
Yes, you do have heck of an arm. Anyway, Ravens send it right back to Olathe East defenders as they send it
Yeah,
down
another
the line
example of
to-
the team just passing it straight towards the other team there. There's been an excessive amount of that this game.
Alright, August, get on the throw it here.
a little scissor kick move right there as number 13 takes it up the field,
Manages
kicks
to
it
slip
right
around.
back to a Raven defender.
She managed to slip around Ariella Mesa, who normally has some pretty good footwork of her own.
Yeah, Mr. Cooper, how are you?
The Ravens have pushed the Hawks back towards midfield a little bit.
You know, just a little game of kicking the ball back and forth right now.
No, I saw you come.
Isn't that just what soccer is? We're watching a game of soccer. Contact, Katie.
I thought we were playing basketball.
Well, you never know. The world's a weird place.
Number 18 goes right up the field. Avery Wynn as she crosses it in right into Jordan Krebs. Punts it right into the center of the field. There's some contact, and a free kick is awarded to the Olathe East Hawks.
Alright.
16:30 left.
Free kick. Oh, you bring your gloves on.
Scores 1-1.
16:30 left in the half. I feel like I should specify that, although it probably
Well-
wasn't necessary.
You know, on the screen it does say first half, so
Oh, it does.
yes, it does.
Well, you know,
Thanks to our amazing econ program, we know how to make some scoreboards. Some tangled up there as Olathe East sends it right up the field.
but it doesn't go far up the field and it gets stopped
She goes around two Raven defenders
between them.
and sends it right into another Raven defender. Some subs come in.
There's going to be
I
a
think.
free kick for
Just
Olathe
kidding,
East.
subs won't come in yet. Can't sub while on a free kick. Getting warm. And she sends it right in. Oh, she misses the ball. And Raven midfielder kicks it right where two Olathe East defenders are.
And she kicks it out of bounds. Let's talk about what just happened there. That was a nice, slow pass, just straight forward from the free kick. She put her foot out to take it and completely missed it. The Hawks cannot make those kinds of mistakes if they want to keep the Ravens pressed back on their own side of the field.
You are correct, but if they do, the Ravens do have to take care of the ball.
And they didn't right there. It was another pass to the opponent's team, which both teams have been doing excessively tonight.
Ashton Dane crosses it in right into the East Hawk defender as they send it right into one of our defenders.
Don't tell August we said that. Shelby said that.
Raven sent into the middle as Ariella Mesa goes down, sends it into the center, and Olathe East Hawk takes it out, but sends it right back into a Raven forward as she sends it into the middle, and the Hawks are awarded with another free kick. Man, we should be keeping score or track of those because they've had a lot of free kicks.
They have had a lot of free kicks this game, and a lot of throw-ins. There's been a lot of stopping in this game so far.
Not gonna lie, I haven't seen. There is some contact, but if I was reffing, would not have called maybe half of the fouls this ref has called.
Well,
Ariella
ball
Mesa
goes-
takes it up. Deflected, but Raven still gets foot on it.
couple of impressive saves back to back there. The ball very nearly went out of bounds several times, and the Ravens managed to keep it in past midfield, only for the Hawks to take it back from them. Although Olathe East is now pressed back into the corner.
She looks to center it. Just kidding. She shoots it, and it just too high.
Clears the crossbar just by a few inches. It'll be a goal kick for the Ravens. With 13 minutes left in the half, the score remains 1-1.
So I tilt up a little, Andrew. Slowly. There we go.
Tori Spurgeon sends it right in to, what do you see? A Raven midfielder, but she sends it in right into an Olathe East Hawk.
Goes off the head. Both players spin the wrong way looking for where the ball went. They both managed to find it at the same time.
Ashton Dane fights for the ball, ends up losing it to number 20, Chloe Jones.
A little bit of contact as the ball goes out of bounds.
Tori Spurgeon.
It's going to be a goal kick for the Ravens.
"12 minutes left in this first half.
Interesting little thing that I noticed. That goal kick was almost exactly 1 minute after the previous one.
Alright, so having the lead.
Way to notice that, Jackson. Number 9 throws it in for the Hawks as Raven defender takes control of it.
And another miss from Olathe East on a
I
slow
think it's
ball.
the same player, number 23, Lily Rosenbaum. Center. This could be a goal.
Olathe East misses
but
several.
but they are awarded with a corner, so it could be another goal scoring opportunity. Although I feel like she should have scored it there. She was a little one-on-one. Could have made a touch away from her. But, you know, we have a second chance here. Can't complain.
The last time the Ravens had a corner kick, they managed to score. So
Yes.
if we get a repeat of that, that would certainly be wonderful for Olathe Northwest.
That'd be great.
Keep going tight.
10:50 left in the first half. As you see the
Agent,
ball
I'd go even tighter.
rolling around the flag. A little windy. You see the flag. It's moving a lot.
The ball rolls again.
Wind.
It's a little windy out here. I don't know if I mentioned that.
I think we have.
It was a joke.
I know.
Sends it in.
High
Don't
ball.
know if that was the ball she wanted. She intended to pass, but they send it right into the center and out. Not the smartest play right there.
Big floaters like this in this kind of wind are not going to be very effective. The Ravens are going to need to keep the ball a little closer to the ground, especially since the Ravens in the last, the Hawks in the last 5 minutes have missed several slow passes on the ground. The Ravens might want to take advantage of that.
There's definitely some key players on this Raven team. We've talked to Ashton Dane, Mia Hake, and as well as Ariella Mesa about how their season's going. Ashton Dane, one of our own in this SID class, told me she's really excited for this Olathe East game since it's a crosstown rivalry. And obviously, they all just love to compete. She's also, I don't know if you know this, but she also runs track, and that's the same season as soccer. She's a dual sport athlete. Don't know, she's a long distance runner. Don't know how she can do that, because I sure can't.
I mean, she did cross country at the beginning of the year, so
She did.
I'd find it weird if she did short distance running and track.
Well, you know what I meant. Long distance running's hard.
I
Ashton
do agree with that
Dane
statement.
throws it in into a Raven midfielder. Oh, she does a little.
Some fancy footwork there for the Ravens.
I used to know what that was called, but I
They
do
pass
not
it.
anymore.
The field.
Oh,
And a collision.
there you go.
Olathe East player goes flying.
And
Go left, go left.
she's awarded with a card.
No, go left for the yellow card.
Number 22, Lindsay Carr, is awarded with a yellow card.
And, that one is certainly a good call. She just plowed into that Olathe East player's back. Olathe East will take the free kick as time resumes. And the Ravens managed to deflect it.
You know, if the Ravens do get one goal in before halftime, I think they'll be put in a very good spot to win this game as they send it out.
I've noticed that a lot of the Ravens' offensive attempts have resulted in them being pushed into the corner, and it's usually not until a corner kick that they're able to get out of that spot. It will
Hawks
go
ball with a collision of Hawks defender and Ashton Dane.
off the head of a Raven.
But they send it right back into a Hawk. In the center of the field, Ravens take control of the ball. She takes up the right, number 4, Malia Schinkel, as she sends it.
She centered it but took it herself.
But a little soft touch there, right into the goalie. She rolls it, maybe a little too fast, right to Raven midfielder, as she sends it right back to her teammate. There you go. Little collision there, but play stays.
The Hawks have started pushing the Ravens back toward midfield a little bit. Ball goes out of bounds.
Definitely a lot of competitiveness out there on the field.
And we've seen a lot of collisions this first half. Several cards already raised.
One against Olathe East Hawks coach, and one to number 2, Lindsay Carr for the Ravens. Malia Schinkel takes control of it, passes it back to Riley Pickworth as she sends it up to number 6, Jenny Hiraki. As she sends it into the middle, but unfortunately Hawks take control of the ball as they go up the center of the field, deflected by Ravens midfielder, as it rolls out.
Out of bounds yet again, and yet again it is awarded to Olathe East.
6:14 left in the half. As a little collisions there, but play keeps going. And it's Hawk, just kidding, Raven throwing. Ashton Dane sends it in, right to a Hawk defender.
High floater again.
A little collision there, and that will be a call. A little too much aggressiveness by Jenny Hiraki, but I like it. Let's hope the Hawks can actually take control of this ball this time.
The Hawks?
Yes.
I thought we were supposed to cheer for our own team.
I know, but you know,
Okay.
I would like
We're neutral.
I'd like a clean game.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Center in, hits Ariella Mesa in the face. That's gotta hurt. The ball's feeling a little hard today.
She recovers quickly. Manages to get back for defense as Olathe East takes it near midfield.
As she sends it right into Ashton Dane, and there is another free kick. Don't know why, but you know.
Didn't seem to be any major contact there. Maybe just a little bit of
I think this ref's a little
bumping,
whistle
but-
happy, but you know.
Every ref calls the game a little differently. This one just likes free kicks.
True that. Ariella Mesa hits it with her head as the Ravens clear it out, but right to a Ravens defender who kicks it right out.
There's another throw in, this time for Olathe Northwest.
4:10 left in the first half of this game, and they're
Olathe
right-
Northwest kicks it right into the bleachers.
yes. Sub comes in for Olathe East. Sends it right in as number 4, Malia Schinkel, sends it right back to number 9 for the Hawks. As a Raven defender sends it to another Hawk forward as they try to center it. And a little collision
Shot
off
on
the
goal.
crossbar and a Hawks goal.
It was an impressive play for Olathe East. Went off either the hands of the goalie or the crossbar. It was too close to tell. And when it came back down, there was a Hawks player right there ready and waiting to kick it in.
That's why you always follow the ball. Always got to get the rebound.
As disappointing as it is for the Ravens, it was an impressive play. And now they only have 3 minutes left in the half to make up the time before we go off to halftime.
Scores 2-1 for the home team, Olathe East Hawks, to the away team, Olathe Northwest Ravens, even though our school is right there. Raven midfielder takes care of the ball, sends it to the right, a little close.
They advanced pretty quickly. They started heading toward the corner again, which is sure trouble.
Number 9, Riley Pickworth, crosses the ball.
They managed to get it toward the center a little bit, but it goes back out toward the sideline.
As Ashton Dane centers it right to another Hawk defender.
And out of bounds. It'll look like the throw-in goes to Olathe Northwest.
She throws it in to Ariella Mesa, one of the seniors on this team. As there is definitely a foul.
It's a trip up.
Some parents asking for a yellow card, but
the ref, for once, is not whistle happy. And it just goes to a goal kick for Olathe East.
East Hawk sends it right to one of her midfielders, as she sends it into a Raven defender. As she sends it to a Raven forward.
A Hawk forward.
Sorry, my bad. Thanks for the correction.
Perfectly all right. Just might want to get new contact sometime.
Yeah, maybe. Hawk throw in.
The Ravens managed to block it.
As they center it.
Nice kick up and over the heads of the Hawk forwards.
To me, I think the forward should have hustled a little there, maybe put some pressure in on the defender. But, you know, she got a kick and kicked it right to the center.
Hawks throw it in. The Ravens managed to get it. And will go off the Hawks. And now Olathe Northwest has a throw in with 50 seconds left on the clock.
A lot could happen in 50 seconds. Sends it up to the middle.
Ariel Mesa catches it right before it goes out of bounds. And it goes off a Hawk. The Ravens will keep moving.
Ariel Mesa demands for the ball as the Ravens get it back for another throw-in. As she sends it to Jenny Hiraki. She sends it to the center, but a Hawk defender is right there. But so is number 14 for the Ravens, Mary Schinkel. Ravens got to hurry up. There's 10 seconds left if they want to get anything done. Sends it
A
in.
long shot on goal, but it's off to the right. Olathe East manages to recover it. And we will go to the half. Score Olathe East 2, Olathe Northwest 1. Thank you for tuning in. We will be back after halftime. Tell them to white balance too.
Number And we're back. I'm Katie Parks alongside Jackson Chen as we take way into the second half. Olathe East Hawks start with the ball against the Olathe Northwest Ravens. The Hawks are currently up 2-1 with the last-minute goal with the Hawks ending the first half.
Starts off pretty fast so far. There's been a lot of back and forth.
Yep. The Ravens kick it out right into, and they throw it back into Raven midfielder number 22, Lindsey Carr, who was not awarded, but given a yellow card in the first half.
Depends on perspective. It might have been an award for Olathe East.
True. Or when I was playing, I would always love to get yellow cards because,
They're pretty.
it meant,
Oh.
I was being tough and,
Yeah.
grr.
Ariella Mesa takes it, gets pushed in the corner, tries to center it, but it goes off an Olathe East defender.
Yep. The East Hawks take control of it as they center it right into number 13, Rachel Panther. You can see as the lights turn on this lovely Thursday night. Very cold, very windy, but hopefully these lights will, warm the field up.
I don't believe that's their primary purpose.
They're not, but you never know.
Whatever you say, Katie. I'm just along for the ride.
Anyway, Ravens take control of the ball in the center of the field. As we saw in the first half, Jackson, there was a lot of whistles blown, a lot of free kicks, a lot of penalty kicks. Just kidding, no penalty kicks, but free kicks. And, that really slowed down the game for the Ravens. I think they wanted to play more fast-paced, a lot of long balls. They couldn't really do that with all the whistles being blown.
And the wind didn't help either, and the wind is still blowing. If you can see the flag in the background of the shot, it is blowing fiercely off the field.
But if you're considering it, the Ravens should do a little better this half, considering the wind is on their side, helping them out, making the ball go faster, I think.
I mean, it's still blowing kind of sideways across the field, but it is angled a little more in their favor this half.
Yes.
So some of their long balls might end up being a little more effective than they were in the first half.
Especially with the turf rather than actual grass. And the wind makes it a little faster, Got to get them legs running. That's what conditioning's for. And a corner kick is awarded to Ariella Mesa. Great hustle by her.
Yeah, so I'll show that. And then Jenna, zoom in tighter on the box. Hey, Jenna, go to your left to tight. Yeah.
This could go either pretty good or decent for the Ravens. They scored their one and only goal off a corner kick, and they're hoping to do the same right here. Centers it in.
It's a high floater, goes off the top of the crossbar and back behind the goal. It'll be a goal kick for Olathe East.
That's where the wind maybe wasn't in the Ravens' favor. Took it a little
too far.
A little too far for the Ravens' liking.
Ooh, that girl is blue.
It was pretty close, though.
Another Raven forward about to center it, and she does, as Jamie Barman fights for it, but the Hawks win it. As it goes out, it's a Ravens throw-in to Ariella Mesa.
A lot of times they'll let that ball go and they'll get a replacement ball, Andrew. So
A little over 35 minutes left in this game. Still 2-1 Hawks.
The Ravens have been on offense all half so far. They've been pushed back from the goal a little bit. The throw in just then was a little closer to midfield. But if they keep up on the attack, they just might tie the game up in the next few minutes.
Pretty big week for Olathe Northwest sports. Baseball, unfortunately, took a bad loss to Olathe West this earlier this week, but then they faced off Shawnee Mission West, I believe, beat them. Just kidding, they lost. And then I think they played tonight. Hopefully they did well. Just kidding, they also lost. But soccer's been playing pretty well, as well as softball. I know softball definitely for sure won tonight. They definitely for sure won tonight, and they've been winning most of their games, as well as this week is prom week. Woo! Jackson, don't say anything. Jackson's not going to prom. It's kind of making me mad.
Why is that making you
Because
mad?
it's senior year, Jackson. You need to go to prom.
Ask him, Katie.
No.
I'm sorry. I already have a date. Sorry, Jackson.
I'm not. I didn't.
You could go with Q. Q doesn't have a date.
Well, I don't want to go with Q. I don't want
Why?
to go at all.
Go with Molly.
I don't like Molly that much.
Oh. Molly's cute.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I work that night, so
You could ask off. It's prom. Anyway.
I'm good. I want to make money.
Olathe Northwest Ravens face off against Olathe West next Tuesday at Seaback, I believe.
Why
And
do you torment
it will be Seaback because we are broadcasting it. If you can't make it to the game, make sure to tune in. Same place, same YouTube channel. And hopefully we get the dubs.
Probably same time too. I believe all the games start at 7. So
Correct. You are correct there.
Andrew, go closer.
a lot of throw-ins for the Hawks so far this game. Although it has slowed down considerably in the second half. There seemed to be some every 30 seconds or so in the first half. Not sure if that number is accurate or not, but it sure seemed like it.
Number 22 settles it and getting a little too ahead of herself, kicks it out of bounds.
That'd be Lindsay Carr.
Yes. Thank you. Again, blind.
High five. That one will be off of Olathe East. And it'll be Ashton Dane throwing it in.
You know, I see a lot of parents out here. Not much of the Raven Nation, which is to be expected. You know, Thursday is school night.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're out studying and, you know,
Being responsible teenagers,
being good students.
of course.
But I do see a lot of supportive parents out here is what I like to see. Supporting their daughters. You know, kick some booty. Woo!
Yep. The Olathe Northwest has it up the field again. They've been a lot more offensive this half than in the first half.
You know, the temperature is currently 41 degrees, Jackson, but it feels like
I did not know
32. The wind is 19 miles per hour. Definitely not what you want for a soccer game.
Yeah, especially when the Ravens like playing long balls, just heaving it down the field and
True.
seeing what happens.
But feels like 32 degrees, Jackson. That's freezing.
I am glad we're in the booth.
I am glad too because I'm not wearing sweatpants.
Uh-huh. I noticed.
I'm wearing my Crocs too, so
Yeah.
not the best choice in fashion.
Yes, Mr. Zook noted that as well. if
Mr.
you're
Zook.
not aware, Mr. Zook is the principal of Olathe Northwest. He drops in frequently, has some friendly conversations. He's a good guy.
Does like to pick on me though.
He does. There's a lot to pick on.
Love the guy, but you know, we have a good relationship.
Yeah, he's a friendly guy.
Friendly guy.
Camera 2, take 2.
Also like to mention Mr. Cooper, our teacher for this class, helping us out, running our TriCaster because we are a little short-handed, making sure everything is going smoothly, and he's doing a pretty good job, don't you think?
I do think that he's doing a good job.
He keeps
He's
us
very supportive
He keeps us, you know, disciplined.
for the most part, except for the 3 people who left in the middle of this broadcast.
But you know, that's reasonable. You know, it's a little cold.
It is cold. So like I said earlier, the Ravens have been a lot more aggressive this half than in the first half, but they are going to need to complete some more passes before they're able to score. Seen them try to keep going with the long balls, and it's just not working for them. They might want to change up their strategy a little bit.
Torrey Spurgeon dives a little too early for my liking, but luckily the ball goes a little wide. The Ravens definitely have came out stronger this half. I don't know what you think, Jackson, but they're still not winning as many 50-50 balls as I would like, and that I would think would win this game.
Yep.
And here's our lovely principal, Mr. Zook. Mr. Zook, how are you doing today? That's good.
He's doing well.
It is chilly. We looked it up. It feels like 32 degrees out there. 19 miles per hour wind.
Takes some dedication to play in this kind of weather.
You do it for the sport you love, or whatever you love. There you go. Ball right into the middle as she sends it.
It's another deep ball that'll go to an Olathe East defender.
But it goes towards the Ravens. Ooh, I don't know about that call.
That call went in favor of Olathe East. It's a little bit of protesting from the stands.
Torrey Spurgeon comes out, kicks it out because she was outside the box.
We are on camera 1, thank goodness, because you got the ball there, buddy.
I don't know if you know this, Jackson, but do you hear it's supposed to snow on Sunday?
You know, I did hear that it was supposed to snow at some point. I wasn't aware that it was Sunday, though.
I'm not a big fan of that. It's been like 80 degrees.
It's April, for crying out loud.
It's April.
If it's snowing, we should be in Canada or like Sweden
Or like
Norway. Norway's actually
Maine.
really nice. I'd actually like to go to Norway once.
Norway. I want to go to Australia, you know, see the toilets flush the other way.
That's why you want to go to Australia?
Oh, yeah.
Set a higher bar, Katie.
Well, I don't want to go for the spiders. Those things are poisonous.
Venomous.
Same.
Poison and venom are different things. This is not what we should be talking about at a soccer game.
Thank you for educating me.
Yeah.
I was also talking to Ashton Dane the other day, and when you look at a Ravens practice, you don't see as much conditioning as you might see some soccer teams do. They do a lot of ball handling work which is good, but as you can see some of the defenders getting a little tired, and obviously that's not what you want when there's still 25 minutes left in the game. You still want people to have fresh legs. But people like Ashton Dane, who run cross country, are fine.
Right. She's a long-term athlete, so she's naturally a little better at maintaining some stamina throughout the game. That, coupled with some good ball skills, just might help the Ravens pull off the win. East takes a deep ball.
A little tangle up there, and,
Looks like a little bit of a flop to me.
you know, some might say that is part of the art of soccer.
It may be. It may be.
Ravens number 17 clears it out over Olathe East Hawks' head, but unfortunately it goes out.
And that's just another example of the Ravens just taking a long shot to clear the ball. And what they really need to do is make some passes and move the ball up the field. They tried to do that right there, but it was deflected off an East midfielder, and it ended up just staying near the midfield. The whistle blows.
And this time it's actually awarded to the Ravens.
Not been a lot of free kicks for the Ravens this game.
Ashton Dane takes a free kick.
Okay, Andrew, go tighter. We need you to have the tight shots. Right now, you and Jenna's shots are pretty similar. Where's August?
It looks like there will be a substitution for the Ravens. I believe it's number 11, Drew Klusman.
Pages on Tuesday's broadcast.
Let me throw in for the Hawks.
Tuesdays, he's here does the fan tonight. So that's why you don't work Tuesday. He does.
The Hawks demonstrating some of those short passes that the Ravens need to start making to be a little more effective.
We also see Ravens might have to work a little more on their first touch ball handling skills because been a little all over the place this game. As
Ariella Mesa hits the dirt. She's a little slow to get up.
it's turf, there's no dirt.
It's a metaphor.
I'm just trying to be like you, Jackson.
I'm a metaphor, Mr. Cooper.
Yeah, we like to have fun here, as you can see.
We do have a lot of fun.
and
And that is a really high shot.
almost hits the cars in the parking lot.
Cleared the goal by at least 15 feet. Goal kick for Olathe East.
As you can see, or as I can see, my opinion, and personally, one of the people back here too helping with this production, we think they should have less defenders and have more going up so we have more options up the field to score.
I agree. That was also a problem in the first half. They had a lot of defenders hanging back, and the offense just kept getting overwhelmed by East's entire team.
Yes.
So that's a problem that they need to take care of fast if they want to get back into this game.
As I'm watching this game, obviously it's not a professional game, so people are going to make mistakes. But to me, my opinion, I feel like we should, both teams should really just take care of the ball, you know, treat it nicely, but also,
Treat it
yes,
nicely?
but you know, like, be smarter with the ball.
Yeah, we've commented this on this excessively tonight, but there have been a lot of passes
Like
that have
that
just
one.
gone straight to the other team. and both teams actually need to stop that if they want to score again.
I think that's part of the problem why everyone's getting tired, because it's a lot more back and forth rather than you're on one side of the field for a minute and then you're on the other side of the field for like 5 minutes.
There's less distinguishable offense and defense for each team because they just keep passing it to each other. So it's more just a game of ping pong than soccer.
You're correct. And there, right there, handball.
Called on East. Ravens will slow it up. She'll try to pass it, but it deflects off an Olathe East player.
That was a little sketchy right there. That could have been really bad for the Ravens. Good thing the center back, number 9, I believe, Riley Pickworth. Just kidding, that is not her. But one of the center backs was there to take care of the ball. A little mix-up right there. Free kick for the Hawks.
19 minutes left in the half. The score remains 2-1 Olathe East. Scoring has slowed down since the first half. There hasn't actually been a goal scored yet in the second half.
You are correct.
Thank you.
East sends it in the center of the field as the forward takes it back, and she sends it right back in, and it's going to be a goal kick for Tori Spurgeon.
August on the goal kick.
It's right in the goal.
Camera, you kick too.
That's great. I'm glad you have a good prom group. Yes.
August, camera, one, take one.
Right there, Olathe Northwest made another long pass that went straight to an East player. They managed to recover. And they
Number
now have the
22,
ball.
Lindsay Carr, sends it in, and a goal scored.
Perfect shot. from
Ties-
Lindsay Carr.
Ties the score, 2-2, 17:42 left, and the Ravens are back in.
That was absolutely beautiful. That was a perfect play. She managed to slip right between the defenders and just fired away. The score is now tied 2-2 with 17 minutes and 42 seconds left in the half. And Olathe East will take it from midfield to start play again.
That was, I don't know about you, but that was a really good shot.
That was a wonderful shot.
Right out of the
Nice.
goalies.
Nice spin on it.
Yep.
Looked great.
Now the Ravens just have to hold their place. Number 20 takes it back, tries to center it. Some Ravens there, some trouble in the middle.
They
Number
now have
20,
the
the
ball.
Ravens
Lindsay
cleared it
Carr
out, sends it in, and a goal scored.
Perfect And just shot. ran into
Ties-
the wall of white jerseys. The Ravens defenders right there did a great job of holding Olathe East before they got too close to the goal. That'll go. And it'll be a throw-in for Olathe East off the head of a Raven.
And here is the replay of the goal
Right
by
there,
Lindsay
Olathe
Carr.
Northwest made another long pass.
Just
that went
great
straight
hustle
to an
by
East
her.
player. They managed
You can see
to
she goes
recover.
down
They
number
now have
into the
the
center.
ball.
Lindsay Carr sends it in,
Takes it
and
for
a
herself.
goal scored.
Perfect shot.
Right out of the reach of the
Ties-
goalie.
Carr.
Ties
Wonderful.
the score,
And, in the
2-2.
meantime, the Ravens have managed
17:42
to bring
left.
the ball back past midfield
And the Ravens
again.
are back in. What a
That
great
was
ball.
Absolutely they get past beautiful. the defenders, and it That goes was a over perfect the end play. line. She managed to slip right between the defenders and just fired away. And it's going to be a goal kick for
Score is
Olathe
now
East.
tied
2-2 with 17 minutes and 42 seconds left in
16
the
minutes
half. Left in the game. And Olathe East will take it from midfield to start play
Score
again.
tied up
That
at
was-
2.
I don't know about you, but that was
a long bomb towards midfield, but bounces back a bit. They'll give possession to Olathe Northwest on the throw in. And there's also a substitution.
Ravens send it right back into the middle as there's a little mix-up as Tori Spurgeon kicks it away because there's a rule. If your own teammates kick it back to the goalie cannot use their hands.
Aha.
So she would have to kick it.
So she did.
So she did. I learned that the hard way.
And it hit the chest of Ariella Mesa, was deflected, and after a bit of back and forth, it is back in the Hawks' possession. And the whistle blows, and it looks like there's going to be a free kick for Olathe East.
Once again.
Didn't seem to be too much contact there.
I do have to admit, the ref has gotten a little better with
Yeah.
blowing his whistle, not as much,
The
but
first
it's
half.
still a little too much.
It's a little iffy. Although in the first half he was looking a
Yes.
lot more like an NFL ref.
Okay. Sure.
I'm just
We're just kidding here. We mean no harm.
most of the time. All the time. The Ravens managed to stop the offensive push. It's a little bit of shoving. Play resumes
Ashton
almost
Dane
immediately.
keeps it in. Pretty sure number 12 hit it with her hand,
Looks,
but we're still awarded the free kick.
slow pass over to Ashton Dane.
No, it's
Oh,
the free
that's the
kick.
free kick.
Yes. As she is trying to center it into the center, obviously,
Yeah.
for a goal.
Oh, I see a lot more blue jerseys in that mass than white jerseys. And like we have said several times this game, Olathe Northwest really needs to push up a few more players if they want to keep the offense going.
Well said, Jackson. Olathe East gets ahead. Ooh, and that is a PK.
That's also a card.
Also a card. Olathe East player is down.
He's very slow to get up.
What player is that? Number
It appears to
8,
be
Bella Latarella.
is called for the penalty. I believe it was number 10 on Olathe East who took the hit.
Kirsten Wetterstrom. She's been a pretty key player for the Hawks tonight, and she took a while to get back up, but I think she's getting subbed out. She is.
He's still limping a little bit as she comes off the field.
This is not a time where the Ravens want to be scored on, so let's hope Tori Spurgeon saves it, or the wind helps a little, because 2-2 with 12 minutes and 42 seconds left. It's kind of hard. Goes for the kick, and it is good.
Straight into the corner.
Olathe East Hawks up 3-2 with 12 minutes and 42 seconds left. Now 3 yellow cards have been presented
in this game.
tonight.
Yeah,
One against the Olathe East Hawks coach,
The first to the Olathe East coach.
and then to number 22, Lindsay Carr, one of their captains, and then to the other senior captain, Bella Latarella.
Yes, both the yellow cards that have been presented to players so far have been shown to Olathe Northwest.
Ariella Mesa takes up the center.
Seen a lot of good ball handling from Ariella Mesa tonight, well, she hasn't passed a lot. And I think passing is going to be one of the keys if the Ravens want to get back in this game, manage to tie it up.
I feel like communication would help too. You see a lot of Ravens. Wow.
Olathe East player went for a header there,
I don't know.
landed on top of a Ravens player, and they're going to give the free kick to Olathe East.
I'm not sure.
A lot of protests from the stands on that one. There's still a bit of yelling going on.
I'm not sure if I agree with that either. Because
That is a controversial call. That's an NFL ref call right there. That's what I was talking about earlier. I mean, if you remember the playoff game,
right.
the Rams versus the Saints, it's one of those kinds of calls where there's really no reason for that.
This is soccer, Jackson.
I know, but
Not football. That's two different sports.
well, soccer is called football in a lot of countries.
True.
But my
And
point stands.
pretty much any country except America.
Yeah, my point stands. There's there's definitely some controversial calls. In every sport. In baseball, it's whether or not the pitch was a strike. In football, it's was there a penalty? Did the ball hit the ground and such? In soccer, apparently, it's if you land on someone, is the foul on you or them?
Not sure. Tori Spurgeon takes a kick. A little under 11 minutes left in the game. Ravens still have time. A lot of things could happen in this game.
A lot, yeah.
But I really do believe, like you've been saying over and over again, the Ravens do need to push up more than stay back.
They also need to pass a little more on the ground, make some shorter plays rather than just going for the Hail Mary every single time they get the ball.
True that.
Free kick for Olathe East. Olathe East has definitely started slowing it down, taking a lot of time with their free kicks, trying to make sure they run as much time off the clock as possible so that the Ravens have less of a chance to get back.
Ariel Mesa with the ball sends it right back up, but unfortunately it rolls out.
A nice pass over the heads of several Hawks. The Ravens managed to pick it up. It goes out of bounds, and the Ravens now have it past midfield. Goes back over to the Ravens' defensive side. They pass it back to Tori Spurgeon. And with the succession of short passes, the Ravens have made it back to midfield, but Olathe East takes it back. The whistle blows. And it's
Olathe East ball with 8:30 left in the second half. As you see, subs coming in, some fresh legs.
a long punt from the Ravens. It was recovered by Olathe East almost immediately. Just another, and even though the Ravens get it back and Ariel Mesa with some nice footwork gets it out to Ashton Dane, that's just another example of the Ravens needing to make some shorter plays to get down the field.
Ravens crowd the forward as the Ravens center back kicks it out. It's a little slow right now, not gonna lie. The Ravens toned it down a little after that goal.
They came out at the beginning of the half all pumped up, and then they kept the momentum going when they scored a goal. But once Olathe East scored as well, they got a little discouraged and have slowed the pace a little bit.
This is when you look at who's tired, who's not, who's going to push through, and who's going to, outwork each other.
Olathe Northwest has been trying to play fast and hard all game, and Olathe East just keeps slowing down the pace and taking their time with free kicks. And they've had a lot of free kicks this game with which to take a few seconds off, and those seconds stack up.
Jackson, it's 8:37. It's past my bedtime.
Wonderful. I'm not 100% sure how I'm supposed to respond to that one.
Getting a little tired, But this is what you do when you're tired. You keep going.
I bet you're not as tired as some of the players out there.
True.
In the cold and the wind, they've been playing, for a while now.
They have?
There's just over 5 minutes left in the game.
As Ravens throw in the ball. Send it right back.
Good center by the Ravens. Managed to get it to one of the few teammates they have in there.
Some of the parents were hoping that would be a PK too, but not as much contact as you would think of. Maybe would have been a free kick if it was in the center of the field, but usually when it's PKs, they're a little more lenient, and they're not going to call every call in the box.
A bit of a shoving match, but the Ravens ultimately take the ball back.
Great ball. Send it up the field. He's going to look to cross. Stuck in the corner. And kicks it back, but East defender kicks it out.
It goes into a goal on the sideline. Not exactly the goal they were hoping for there. The long center from the Ravens, but Olathe East gets it back and clears it. Just another example of the Ravens needing to make the short plays.
Ariella shoots and scores. What a great goal by Ariella Mesa.
That was a great pass from near the sideline right over the East defenders, and Ariella Mesa was in the perfect position to pick it up and drop it right over the goalie's head.
That shows a lot of grit you can see by this team. They're down 3-2 with 5 minutes left, or 3 minutes left.
4 minutes.
4 minutes left, sure. And they kept working. They're back in this game, and they can still win it.
They can indeed.
They're all fighting for each other. It's what you like to see in a team.
One concern the Ravens may have, though, is that if the regulation ends with a tie, there will be a sudden death overtime in which the first team to score will be awarded the win.
I don't think they do that in regular season games. No, I think they just end it with a tie.
Well, that's a lot more boring.
And a questionable call. Parents aren't very happy about it.
A little bit when they scored a goal. Raven side of the stands
appears to be what a great goal by Ariella Mesa. You can see some Raven soccer alumni getting a little mad.
Another example of
but just hope the defenders are good and keep it out of the net. a little shove there. But ultimately, turns out to be Raven throw-in.
Long center on the far side.
And we are going to do a quick replay of the recent goal by Ariella Mesa.
But not yet.
But not yet. Now. Just kidding.
Oh, the Ravens, while we were
Advance
stalling
up
there.
the field.
Yeah.
Stumbles a little, but she gets back up on her feet, and Hawk just kicks it right up with a little backspin.
Number 20 for the Hawks, Chloe Jones, was waiting for that ball when it came down, but it bounced right over her head, and the Ravens were able to get it back. Now a pass goes long, and Olathe East will pick it up.
And here's the replay
From
of
the
Ariella
Ravens.
Mesa
But Olathe East gets it back and clears it.
shooting the goal.
Just another
Great ball
example of
into the center of the
Ravens
field
needing to make
as
the
she
short
just
plays.
high kicks it. Ariella shoots
Right
and
into the
scores.
back of the
What
net.
a great goal by
Wonderful.
Ariella Mesa.
That was a great pass from
Great
near the
athleticism
sideline,
from the
right over
Ravens.
the East defenders.
That's when you
And
know she
Ariella
stretches.
Mesa was in the
She's
perfect
definitely
position
flexible.
to pick it
If I
up
did
and drop
that,
it right over the goalie's head.
that
Hammy
shows a
would've
lot
been
of
gone.
grit you can see by this team.
Or what is that?
They're
A groin?
down
A
3-2
groin would've been
with
gone.
5 minutes
That's
left.
not.
Would
Or
have 3
would have
minutes
seen
left.
Hawkins
4
for
minutes.
about
4 minutes
2
left,
months.
sure. And
Calling it.
they kept
Hawkins is our
working.
athletic
They're
trainer
back in this game,
at Olathe
and they can
Northwest.
still
He
win
helps
this
us
with all our injuries.
Can indeed, as well as the athletes.
They're all
from
fighting for each
Oh,
other. It's what
great
you like
ball.
to see in a team. Definitely.
a little
definitely
bit
get
of
it-
contact. The Ravens get it
Smart.
back though. One concern
You can
the Ravens
definitely
may
see a
have,
lot of
though, is
more,
that
what
if
do you say,
the
like oomph
regulation
from
ends with a
the
tie,
Ravens now. They're
there'll be a
definitely
sudden
right
over-
into it.
overtime in which the
They're definitely more energetic. They're
fighting
back
for
into
the
the
win.
game. Yes, for sure.
They're on a comeback, and they do not want to stop. They want to keep the momentum going.
Ashton Dane kicks it into the center.
They have hardly let East past midfield since their goal.
You see that one of those ball from the center mid. You got a great ball from Ashton Dane, but I would have taken an extra touch and, you know, given it to one of the outside mids or outside forwards that were ready.
Olathe East will take the goal kick. There are only 33 seconds left on the clock. Both teams need to score, but Olathe Northwest has kept the offense going. They've done a great job of pushing. They only have 20 seconds to score, though.
Ariella sends it out to the flank.
Stands are on their feet.
Kicked it into the center, but is off the defender, and it is out.
10
Raven
seconds
throw-in.
remain.
9,
7.
5. And it looks
Back
like
and forth. Ball goes
shot on
nowhere.
goal.
And the shot goes off right before the buzzer, but the ref is waving it off,
It
saying
does
it
not
does not count.
What a great shot.
She definitely got it off before the buzzer. She definitely got
guessing-
that kickoff before the end of regulation. Parents are screaming that it should be 4-3.
Can we get a quick replay of that? While we're waiting for that, I'm guessing by the looks of this that there's going to be, like what you're talking about before, a sudden death.
Sudden death overtime.
Overtime.
If you
And
heard
here's a quick
is
replay
off
off the defender, and it is out of the non-goal.
10
Raven
seconds
throw-in
remain.
at the end of the half.
9.
7.
5.
See the clock counting down in the background.
And it looks
Back
like
and forth.
she gets a
Ball
shot
goes
on
nowhere.
goal right before
And
got
the
it off.
shot goes off right before the
it
buzzer.
has to be in.
But the ref is waving it off,
It
saying
is
it
not
does
count.
not count.
It has to be in
What
the
a
goal.
great
It
shot.
has to be definite in. And
She
obviously,
definitely
since
got
there
it off
isn't
before
a
the buzzer.
real replay clock for the actual refs, and in soccer they don't really use
don't.
replay clocks or anything like
She
that.
definitely got
guessing
that
that
kickoff
it goes off
before
judgment,
the end of
and
regulation.
it's going to be overtime.
Yeah, like I said, there will be a
Parents
10-minute sudden death
are
overtime,
screaming
and
that
at
it
least
should be-
in the tournament a couple weeks ago, there were 2 sudden deaths overtimes, and if it was still tied at if it is still tied at the end of 2 overtimes, it would end in a tie. However, I don't believe any games did end in a tie during that particular tournament.
The Ravens and the Hawks are taking a quick breather, getting their minds right for this 10-minute overtime, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Sorry about that. Ravens and the Olathe East Hawks are about to start their 10-minute overtime. Rules are first team to score wins, and Ravens are off to a great start, put in the center of the field. But the Olathe East Hawks get control of it.
Northwest deflects it. They're going to try to keep their momentum going from the end of the second half, try to keep the Hawks pressed up against their own side of the field.
Oh, for sure. You can tell both teams want to get this goal off real quick so they can get the game over with and, get warm. As I just said on the announcements, overtime is golden goal, which means 10 minutes. First team to score wins. It's going to be Ravens ball.
That is 3 consecutive throw-ins for the Ravens. If they keep this kind of play going, they might just wear the Hawks down enough that they allow a goal to slip through. And that is what the Ravens need right now. A free kick for the Ravens. A minute and a half has elapsed in overtime, and it has been entirely Ravens offense so far. And that is what they should have been doing all game. Keep the pressure on, holding that side of the field. Unfortunately, they had a hard time getting that started in the first half.
Ravens and Hawks fight for the ball in the center of the field. And the Hawks are awarded with yet another free kick. Again, some parents, and maybe me and Jackson agree, that we don't agree with it.
I mean, speak for yourself. I didn't really see it. I was looking at you fidgeting.
Okay.
Because it's kind of
funny. It's intense. I'm fidgeting because I want.
It's an intense game.
Exactly. So I'm fidgeting. Sorry. Tori Spurgeon comes out, grabs the ball. She waits for her Raven team to get set, and she kicks it. And there's a little action going on, some bouncing around. Number 23 misses it, but her teammate is right behind her.
Yeah, I've noticed this game, number 23 for Olathe East has missed several kicks.
Not number 23, but Olathe East Hawks centers it, but number 16 for the Ravens, Emma Code controls it. It's going to be a corner kick. This could make or break this game. This could mean a Hawks win right here. So let's hope the Raven defense is set and is ready for anything.
Yeah, the Ravens managed to score their first goal off a corner kick this game.
It's a little low. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. Olathe East doesn't succeed.
Sent it in very far behind the goal.
Ravens will take the goal kick.
Take 2.
6 minutes left in overtime. And the Hawks have just begun to advance the Raven side of the field.
I don't know about you, Jackson, but looking at this overtime, it's definitely starting to look like the beginning of the game. There's a lot more contact, a lot more bodies being thrown around, and a lot more aggressiveness.
Yeah, I agree. Just right there was a little bit of contact with a steal.
Great touch.
A nice pass right around
Oh,
the opponent. But they just send it right to the goalie.
$5 minutes and 20 seconds left in overtime.
The Ravens have managed to take it back to the east side of the field.
Lindsey Carr centers it right into a Raven defender, but a Raven's right there to pick it up, and she kicks it right to the goalie. Some action going on in the center of the field.
And the Ravens right there to prevent the ball from being cleared to the other side. The offensive pressure of the Ravens in the second half and overtime is very much improved from the first half. They were pretty slow to get started. And there's a flop from an Olathe East player. And the ref calls it. Olathe East will get the free kick. Four minutes and 12 seconds remaining. And the referee may have just shown a yellow card to the Ravens bench.
I'd be in the same position as them. I didn't really agree with that call. I thought, like you, it was a flop, and maybe some of the Ravens coaches or bench players overreacted.
It's an intense game, and these coaches spend a lot of time with these kids, making sure they're the best they can be and trying
and
to win.
Safe. Trying to play safe. They're trying to keep them safe.
Yeah,
talking about Hawkins earlier, trying to keep them out of that office.
Yeah, the players and the coaches work a lot to win games and try to get better. So
great hustle by number 6, Jenny Hiraki, as they center it, and
misses the goal.
Just wide of the goal.
Yeah, continuing on, the players and coaches put a lot of effort in. So when there's a questionable call like that, they're
fighting for their players.
They are indeed. And there the Ravens showed they are still fighting. They just barely missed the goal. That'll go off the head of Lindsey Carr.
Jenny Hiraki gives it right back to her.
She gets shoved into the corner, tries to center it,
touch.
Misses.
She centers it to Ariela Mesa. She heads it off as a goal and right into the goalie's hands.
Punts it back out towards midfield. And the Ravens can't stop the Hawks from taking it back across midfield.
Ashton Dane kicks it, but right back to the East midfielder.
High floater, Ashton Dane.
Great athleticism by Ashton Dane. As well as number 14, Mary Schinkel, taking control of the center field. A little mix up there. And finally, once again, free kick, but called in Ravens' favor. Or not. He waved play on. I don't know about that call, but I would have called it. There's a little push right there.
Ariel Mesa doesn't seem too phased, though. She manages to pass it, but it will go out of bounds in favor of the Hawks.
To me, I understand why the ref was calling so many calls, but if he did, he's got to call it the whole game. You know,
consistency is the key. If
he
you
can't start being like, oh no, that's not a foul, even though someone did it 10 minutes earlier.
Yeah. One problem that may arise from that is if he calls a lot during the first section of the game, teams may adopt their strategy to be a little less aggressive and try not to get so many penalties called.
Exactly, they're
But then if
adapting
they
their plays to the ref.
But if the ref then starts to be a little more lenient, suddenly one team may realize and become a lot more aggressive, and that could be a real problem for one of the teams. Less than a minute left in overtime now, 55 seconds.
Sends it back to Tori Spurgeon, and she kicks it.
She puts it all the way back across midfield.
As number 6, Jenny Haraki, tries to battle for it, but Olathe East comes up and sends it right back to a Raven forward. She centers it, but unfortunately, sails out of bounds.
Sails over the end line. There are now 23 seconds left in the game, or at least in overtime. 15 seconds now. Olathe East taking their time. They're not in any hurry to score. I believe there will be a second overtime after this.
Yes, there will. Go second overtime, and then
that is the end of first overtime. The score is still tied 3-3.
This has been Katie Parks and Jackson Chen, and we'll be right back with overtime number 2. And we're back. I'm Katie Parks alongside Jackson Chen as we are starting the second overtime as Ariella Mesa just kicks it out of bounds. Maybe got a little too excited there.
Right over the head of Malia Schinkel.
There are 10 minutes, well now 9 minutes and 47 seconds left in this second overtime. And then I'm pretty sure they go into PKs. PK shootout. But let's hope it doesn't come to that. Let's hope Ravens score first.
Ariella Mesa taking it back down the field.
Advances down the field.
Long pass. Didn't appear to go to any particular target. That's one of the things the Ravens really need to avoid. I've been talking about it all game. They need to stop making those long passes just in the general direction of their teammates.
Passes in the center to Jenny Haraki, who passes it right out. And just having trouble with it. Defenders are keeping on her, and it's Raven ball. A little jab step right there by number 17, Bailey Schinkel. Now Ravens take control of the ball. As number 16, Emma Code kicks it out of bounds for a Hawk throw-in.
And Northwest tries to clear it, but it goes off the legs of an Olathe East player. Number 17, Brooke Wetterstrom, who has been very active for the Hawks this game.
Ravens advance up the field as Ariella Mesa has lots of field to go with. She gets some pressure, centers it to Jenny Hiraki, who has an open goal and is too high. She's not happy about that one, but what a great hustle play by Ariella Mesa.
It was pretty close. She had an open shot, then it looked like she slipped or got tripped or something.
She got a little too excited.
She just fired right over the crossbar. That's unfortunate.
Goal kick in to a Raven midfielder.
Throw in will go to the Ravens.
Thrown by Ashton Dane, who gets it right back and just centers it to Jenny Hiraki.
He's actually a pretty good center.
Great ball to Riley Pickworth.
Fires
and
from near the corner and doesn't even come close.
Got a little excited there. You know, it's an exciting game. Give her a
That
little
was-
credit.
That was also an awkward angle for her to be kicking at.
For sure.
She was still running perpendicular to the goal when she tried to shoot. It wasn't a fantastic angle. Although the Ravens have now 2 shots on goal in the second overtime in 4 minutes.
To the Olathe East Hawks 0.
Yeah, they have kept the momentum going. They're still being aggressive, and that just might win them this game if they can manage to pull off a decent shot.
Ravens playing it out in the center of the field. Little mistouch, but Ravens get control of the ball. Little collision there, but Ravens keep playing, and so does the Hawks.
That's out of bounds. Looks like they'll call it off the Ravens.
As some new feet come in, you know, fresh legs.
New feet, fresh legs. It's the same thing as soccer. Just pick one.
Yep.
Yeah, substitution for Olathe East is what you meant by that.
Just always gotta correct me, don't you, Jackson?
Well, 4.5 minutes left in the game. Feel like I should start.
When have you stopped?
I don't know.
Sends it up the field, but Hawk comes in and gets it. Kicks it out of bounds, though.
Throwing for the Ravens, though. They have 4 minutes left to score before second overtime ends.
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
Interesting input, Katie.
Yep.
What if you said no?
But what you said is true. then I would be lying, and I'm not a liar. Free kick by Olathe East. Sends it right into the center where Raven picks it up. Again, what we've been seeing this game, which means they're consistent, a lot of back and forth, a lot of...
An Olathe East player falls, and another one falls. Both get right back up.
Just a lot.
If they were trying to draw
they're
a
just being
penalty.
aggressive.
And there's a collision.
That'll be called. Takes a while to get back up, but I think she's just selling it. And a yellow card is awarded to who? Number 21, Ashton Dane.
Both players,
our very own.
Both players slid and hit each other's backs. But it did look like Ashton Dane was the aggressor in the situation.
If you've met Ashton Dane, and everyone in this room can say we have, we don't really see that coming out of her. She's very
energetic. She's definitely competitive.
She's an energetic, competitive person, but she's one of those people that are one of those people, but don't hurt a fly.
She's not hostile, but she's definitely competitive.
Exactly, especially for food. She loves her food. Oh my God. Oreos or like candy or something. She almost fought me for a Kit Kat once. So like she will.
Didn't we just say she wasn't hostile?
She will for like
food. We're trying
to
be consistent here, Katie.
She will for food.
Yep.
Open 2-on-1 as off the crossbar, could have been lethal.
That was close.
For sure, got a little lucky there as there's 2.5 minutes left in double overtime.
The Ravens goal kick sends it back up. And the Ravens managed to dribble it past midfield.
Ravens advance up the field fast, looking to center the ball. She does. A little behind her as she leaves it off. Oh,
Maria Schinkel.
Off the goalie though. So this
close.
is in a good position for the Ravens.
This is.
It's a corner kick. It's great position for the Ravens.
A minute and 45 seconds left. The Ravens are right next to the goal. They're in the exact same position in which they scored their first goal of the game. And they have been aggressive throughout since the second half.
Number 14, Mary Schinkel takes it in, centers it in, maybe a little low as it goes out, but it's going to be a throw-in. Ravens are hustling for the ball as Riley Pickworth goes to throw it in.
Pressure from Olathe East.
As it's going to be a goal kick.
There's 1 minute remaining on the clock.
And I just got a text from the C team coach for the women's soccer program, Coach Weber, wanting a shout out. Shout out to Coach Weber, probably one of my favorite coaches of all time. Mr. Cooper said be easy on Ashlyn. Hopefully so. Or more aggressive, harder. You know, can't let another goal in for the rest of the season.
I'm not saying that one, Jeff. All right. 11 seconds left, 10 seconds now. The Ravens managed to keep it before it goes across midfield. The buzzer sounds.
And the buzzer sounded. And that is that the end of the game?
I do believe,
that
is the end of the game.
3-3.
A hard-fought battle. Olathe Northwest ties Olathe East 3-3. What a game.
What a game. It's been a long one. Jackson, you did a great job.
You did a great job as well.
Thank you.
Aside from your contacts being defective.
Sorry about it.
Not your fault.
From Jackson Chen, this has been Katie Parks. And the rest of the SID team signing out.